Last video we have discussed about meaning and importance of public administration system. So in this class we are discussing next continuous part of scope of public administration system. So last class we already discussed the scope of public administration is not a boundary. Time to time the scope of public administration system is expanding. We cannot imagine it only this much only controlling by public administration, or public administration means only this much of powers. No. How society is developing or progressing, same way the scope of or the boundaries of public administration also increasing. So now in this class we are discussing what was the main functions we can see in public administration, or if that public administration want to become as effective way or effective process they want to implement, what was the procedure or what was the functions they want to adapt in that particular administrative system. So these are the matters we are discussing in this session. So first of all here they given that only they given as a post garb. So what is that one post garb? This one is implemented or prospered by, here they given, this one said by Luther Gulick. He only explained by what is meant by post garb. He only said is the one of the public administrative system that one become as effective manner, they want to implement this one 8 points. If that particular administrative system they implemented these are the 8 points, we can see that society become progress, or that government become effective manner or effective way. So what is that one post garb? That only we are discussing now. So here they given first one, here they given P. P means here they given planning. Any public administrative system or any management, before the implementation of any programs or any law or any order, before that they want to do plan. This is the primary things in procedure or in methods in public administration. Not only in public administration, we can see any purpose or any method or any process. First one we want to do plan, that also we want to discuss effective manner. Which one is good? Which types of plan we want to do in this particular society? Or which types of rules and regulations we want to implement, that before the implementations we want to plan when we want to implement, or in what situation we want to implement this one rules and regulations. So this is primary planning. Second one here they given O. O means organization. Without the organization, without the support of others, we cannot implement anything or we cannot succeed in that particular work. So if you want to implement any one things or any one rules or regulations as a progressive way, as effectively we want to implement, first of all we want to organize. Means organization, this is one of the important matter. We can see in organization department, subdivisions, and that in division. So these like we can see different types of structure. Any one person, single person, he can implement in public administration cannot, because could not maintain that whole society as a single person. We need organized group. If it's the organized group, we can implement that particular plan. So this is second point said by Luther. And third one here they given staffing. Third one here saying by staffing. Staffing for here they saying that one requirement, and here they given training. This both is important. Without these 2 points, we cannot see public administration system. Without the staff, we can implement any programs or any plans in public administration system. So that they are saying one of the important point or function in public administration, that is staffing. So after the staffing here they given direction. So we need any one knowledgeable person for particular, we want to give suggestion when we want to implement or how we want to implement. They want to give the direction. Means in public administration we need direction. Without the direction you can get any success in that particular rules and regulations. So this is also one of the important functions. After that here they given fifth one, coordination. Mutual beliefs, that only is saying mutual beliefs. each other. We want to believe any public administration system in who are they working, they all are, they want to implement or they want to know in this policy is good or bad. Is the opinion is very very important. If they together they all are doing the work with the same opinion, they can get the success. So here that only they are saying that on coordination. If any work they want to doing in public administration system, together we want to do. So on the time we get the success. So after that, next one point here is the sixth one. Here they given reporting. So what was the matters we done? What was the progress we done in our society? We want to maintain the record. So after that, we can investigate that one particular process or particular method. If we fault that method, or if you failure in that method, or if you got the success, we can show other public administration system. Or if you failure, we can get some investigation. How we can fail this one system, or how we fail this one practice or method. We can evaluate. So in that purpose, we want to maintain the report. So this was one of the important procedure or function in public administration system. And last one, finally, they say budgeting. When we did plan, after that we want to see, we want to calculate how much rupees need for that particular programs or that particular functions want to implement in that particular area. How much rupees we need, we want to prepare the budget. Without the budget in public administration, we cannot do anything. So in that purpose, we need, here they say, we need budget. We want to prepare the budget. In plan based, we want to prepare the budget. If you finish the plan, we already getting the average amount of money. How much rupees need this one particular planning? We can collect the budget, money. So these are the 7 points said by Luther Gulick. In his manner, post-garb is very important. Because of, if you want to become effective manner of public administration, we want to maintain these are post-garb. That like said by Luther Gulick. Post-garb means now we understood. P means planning, O means organized. So that like we had discussed, after that one came S means stopping, next one D means direction, Co means coordination, CO means, R means reporting, B means budget. So these are the important points said by Luther Gulick. If you want to become effective manner of public administration, you want to implement these like of administration system. So now we are discussed about what was the main scope of the public administration system and what was the matters given by Luther Gulick. So next we want to know, if you want to become any one public administration as an effective manner, we need 2 important points. Without these 2 points, we cannot create one of the best or effective manner of public administrative system. So what is that one? Here that only they are given recruitment, and another one here they are given training. Recruitment and training is both also important in public administration system. Without this 2 points, we cannot see in any country that country's administration is good. We can fix that country's good administration system is good, or that is not going in wrong way. How we are find out? Based on the training and recruitment. So now first one we want to know what is mean by recruitment. So here they given recruitment means the process of searching eligible candidates for the civil service, and here they getting motivating them to compete the civil service is called recruitment. One process here they saying recruitment means we are searching which person is suitable for that particular post. If that person is suitable for that particular post, next one they motivating for them. You are a suitable person, you want to do this only work. So that like. So this only called as a requirement, means searching eligible person for suitable post and motivating them. This process is called as a requirement. So why this one requirement is needed in public administration? Because of, already I told, we want to maintain who are they involved in public administration system, they want to adapt as a good values. This is one of the must and should need in their particular life or in administration system. So in that purpose for only, in public administration system, they want to maintain honesty, and they given here one by one, they given some of the important qualities: creativity, intelligence, and positive behaviors. These are the points you want to adapt in their daily life, because who are they involved in public administration, they want to face so much of problems. So they have intelligence, they have knowledge, they have some other skills. They can easily solve that one particular problems. They can take good decisions in that particular situation. So in this purpose for only first procedure, they came in public administration system. First procedure they are doing by recruitment. So here one of the person, he given definition also about what is meant by recruitment. Is saying his person name is O.G. Stahl. Is saying that only recruitment is the base of staff structure. That is a base. Without the recruitment, we cannot create or we cannot maintain as a good administration structure. We cannot create good staff in that particular society or in that particular administration system. So in that purpose, we need good staff or good recruitment. So on this based, about of the eligible candidates, how they taking, how they selecting. This one here they given, there are method of two procedure. In that procedure, in only experts who are there in public administration, they are appointing the persons. So what was the two method that one? Here first one they given direct recruitment. Second one here they given indirect recruitment. So what is direct recruitment? So here they are saying direct recruitment is the most important and present in all the countries. If they appointing the person in public administration, most of the countries or most of the society or most of the administration system, they adopted by direct recruitment. So what is direct recruitment? Here peoples or who are the administrative system, they conducting exams, and they have specific qualification and quality. If they passed in that qualification and quality and examination, they can get the post. So this procedure they give a name as a direct recruitment. So in the direct recruitment, we can say examinations, and they have some of the qualification. So these like of qualification are they passed in exam, competitive exams, they can get the post of in public administration system. So in this procedure they give a name as a direct recruitment. And second one is there here, that is indirect recruitment. So what is indirect recruitment? Here they given selecting the eligible service peoples, they selecting the peoples for a service, public administration service, but which peoples were they selecting in service? Already they got the post in public administration. So in that purpose only, based on the seniority or based on the experience or based on the quality of the work. So on this basis they giving the promotion. So in that promotion for only they give a name as a indirect recruitment. Direct means they are conducting the exam, we need some of the specific qualification. In that based, if you passed, we can get the post in that for direct recruitment. Indirect means already they are in service in particular administrative system. So if their seniority are based on the experience or based on the work quality, they are giving promotion. So in that promotion for only they given indirect recruitment. So next one is there, in that particular group or particular administrative system that one want to go effective manner, another important matter need in public administrative system, that is training. Training also one of the important points in public administration. So here they given the effective civil service personally depends on the quality of the training. Without the training, we cannot prepare as a good administration system, or we cannot prepare good administration system. So in that purpose for training is must and should need for public administration system. Who are there involved in public administrative system, they need good training. So here the next one they given in that like only they are given about the training. In modern administrative system, we already knowing the nature of the society is complex. We cannot solve all the problems as easily. Because of, we can see, for example, you are taking in Indian society, we can see different types of religion, different types of caste, different types of race, gender discrimination, language, culture, traditions. So we want to keep, these are the manners about the Indian society. After only we want to implement the programs or policy or rules and regulations or orders. Without these are the knowledge, if you are implementing the policy, our public administration demolished or decline. So in that purpose, if you want to see the study, if you want to know the structure of the society, nature of the society, after only we want to implement the programs. So in that purpose, we need the training. Without the experience, without the training, we cannot implement anything. So in that purpose, here they given, here they saying that only in public administration, without the training, that administration that can not create as an effective manner. So in that purpose, here they given, here they saying that only in that based we can see there are different types of trainings in public administration. So what was the types of trainings we can see in public administration? First one, here they given formal and informal training. So formal training means, here they given, formal training is training that received by the employees which is carefully planned in advance. Before the coming for job, the supervisor is the one of the important person, is giving to the training. This is formal training. Before get the job, who are they qualified in requirement, they pass the exam, they have the qualification, on that based they get the job. Before that they want to go the training. Before get the job, in that job, in the training for they given name as a formal training. There is a supervisor, they always watching that one particular person. They giving some of the suggestions if they did any mistakes. This is formal. Second one, here they given informal. So informal means, here they given employees gain while on the duty. They before appointed job they getting the training, but here informal in already they got the job. When they got the job, in that middle, if they did any mistakes, so on that time, they are getting that training. In duty time only, they are getting that training. So in that for the given name as a informal training. So after that, second one is there here, that is pre-service and post-beginning in training. Yeah, pre-service means, here they given that only in civil service, before came for the job, before appoint for a job, they are getting the service or training. So this one they given as a pre-service training. So post-service training means, here they given already they appointed, and who are selected, some of the officers, they are giving a training for selected post. That is formal and informal, that is common training. But here in service, and here they saying pre-service and post-service in, you want to see here who are special post for who are important, that is higher post. In that purpose for the giving this like of training. So pre means before take that one post. Pro means after, when they get that post, after that some of the other higher officials they are giving the training. So after that, next one, third one is the short term and long term training. So some of the trainings we can see 4 or 6 months for a candidate. So these are the trainings for, they give a name as a short term, and another one is the long term trainings. So long term training is 1 or 2 more years they are getting the training. Before take the job, 1 or 2 years they are getting the training. So in that trainings for, they give a name as a long term trainings. So after that is the departmental and central institute training. So departmental training we can see some of the department, they only providing who are selected candidates, for them they only giving the training. For example, here they given police. Police is one of the best example, who are selected the candidate as a police department, for them giving training by police department only. We can say formal and informal training also there, and pre and post service trainings also we can see in police department. This is departmental trainings. Department wise, that department only providing the training. And another one we can see central institutions training. Some of the trainings providing by central government by establishing their particular institutions. The best example for civil training administration system, that is Lal Bahadur Shastri National Institutions of Training Center. This one located in Mizoram. So this is the main intention of Lal Bahadur Shastri National Institutions of Training, to give a trainings for who are administrative system involved in central government. For them they are giving training. So after that, next one year they given skill training and background trainings. So this was one of the important training. So skill training means who are the peoples, they want to maintain or they want to grow the skills. So in that purpose, in our public administration, they are giving some of the trainings. That one they called as a skill trainings. One of the best example, who are they get the training, or who are they become as a high school teachers, they compulsory they want to take B.Ed education. So B.Ed is based on skill training, how we want to teach, or what we want to teach to the students. This only they are giving awareness in that particular training. And second one, background trainings. In background trainings, how we want to maintain our qualities, our attitude in our society. So these are the matters saying, this one giving to awareness to the peoples, common peoples, how we want to express our opinion, or how we want to involve in society's progress. So one of the best institution or best example for this one, background skills, for here they given training provided by Mysore's Administration Training Institution. This is one of the important institution example for background trainings. So these are the important points about recruitment and trainings. Next video we can discuss next topic. Okay, thank you.